Good evening. As you can tell, we're here to do a painting show. If you've never seen this painting show, I am Paint with Josh, and I'll be your tutorialist for the evening, if that's a word. If it's not, then we made it up. The tutorialist for the evening, we're going to teach you how to do like a waterfall scene on this cool little canvas, 16 by 20 inch canvas. We've taken our Bob Ross liquid white, started our painting off with the top here, with Bob Ross liquid white. We initially put our black Liquitex gesso on the canvas just like this. And now we're going to put our Bob Ross liquid clear on, which is going to help us blend all these thick colors together. And then I'll show you what colors we have, and then we're going to get zoomed in, so nobody worry. Babe, can you fix the camera? Sorry. There we go. Just a little bit of Bob Ross liquid clear in this area. We don't want to have too much. So once we put it on, we're going to go back and we're going to wipe it all off. Right? You can have too much liquid clear. It is a thing. So if this is your first time watching a Paint with Josh video, tell us where you're watching from, what time it is where you are, and what's your favorite sandwich? We always like to ask those 3 vital questions that help us learn more about you, right? Remember, you can always comment. Even though I'm not looking at the screen, I have my lovely wife, London, with us, and she's going to be reading out your comments, and we can answer all the questions back, and we can do all fun stuff, right? All the fun stuff that we do when we paint. Now, I'm going to show you how to make a painting that was done by Bobby Maldalfli. I can't, it used to be a different name, so I know I'm screwing it up. My phone knows it. It's like auto-saved in my phone because I've been typing it out. Maldarelli? Maybe that's it. Bobby Maldarelli. So we're going to do like this cool, I saw he did a painting, put it in the Bob Ross group, and I was like, because he does a lot of his paintings just finger painting, which is really cool. I was like, I wonder what that would look like with a brush. So we're going to try to recreate that tonight. And you can see we've taken our paper towel and wiped off most of the Bob Ross liquid clear that we could get to come off. And now we're all set to go. Let's show you the colors that we have today. Is anyone watching, and where are they from, babe? I've already asked the 3 vital questions.
I need to get set up.
Oh, no worries.
Hold on a second.
We'll go through the colors. Van Dyke Brown, which is the darkest of the browns. Dark Sienna, which is the lightest of the browns. Doesn't make sense, I know. Cadmium Yellow. Bright Red. Yellow Ochre. Phthalo Green, which is like that ocean-y kind of green. The Phthalo Blue, which is the brighter blues. Alizarin Crimson. Midnight Black. And Titanium White. On our giant Bob Ross palette, you need a whole roll of paper towels in order to clean this palette. Like literally the whole roll. So, let's get zoomed in, and then we'll start to paint. What do you guys say? What do you say? Oh, London's, can you move your drink? Oh, it's okay. I got it. We're over here. It's all right. Let's get zoomed in. Can we zoom on TikTok? I don't know if you can.
I've already zoomed in.
Oh, it's as far as it can go? That's okay. Don't worry about it. It's, yeah, no, we're going to,
I'm trying to keep the sign in. So
yeah, like I said, we've got to move that. Because now there's a lot of glare on the canvas. So, we're going to have to figure it out or move the light. Guys, sorry. That looks better. Alright, sorry guys, we're trying to get situated. We're never on time with Paint with Josh. What can you say? Alright, did we clean this brush even? Let's clean the brush again. If we didn't, let's clean the brush. Just in case, so we know we're not losing our minds, right? Now, I use a big gold nasty bucket with a golf ball basket down around the bottom of it. That's what I had when I very first started painting. And I was like 3 years later, we're still using the same old gross nasty thing. So, alright, now that we've got our colors situated, I've told you all the colors that we have, so if you missed it, you're going to have to re-watch the video and go back and catch up, right? Or listen as we call them out as we do them. So I'm thinking we'll do our sunset technique, have a gorgeous sunset over here, and have our waterfall just falling down off of there, some far off rolling hills, maybe a little rock in the front. Be really cool. Really cool. So let's do it. Let's grab our highly technical piece of equipment right here. A Solo Cup Maximus, right? Let's see, we're going to grab a little bit of it. It's hard to show you everything to do the cup technique, so we'll go here. I'll show you, grab our little bit of yellow, sneak a little bit of red in there just to make our kind of very bright yellowy orangey color right here. And anything that we put up here with our Bob Ross liquid white is going to start to lighten. See the liquid white on the top there? That's going to help all of our thick oil paints move. If you've ever painted with oils and you've not had the liquid white, you understand how hard it is to get these things to move around. So we're going to take our cup, we're going to put it in the center right there and just go around it with your brush. This nice bright yellow sun. You're like, oh Josh, that looks like a 4-year-old's sun. It will until we get going. Right? Boom. Take it away. The dead center part of this, you want to leave about the size of a quarter, right? Right in the center is going to be our bright white area. So in order to do that, we have to start pulling our brush out, mixing it out this way, just like a clock. Outwards, 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 outwards. It's okay if you go inside your circle. Don't worry about it, because we're going to start coming into our circle now. Bringing it in. Trying to leave that little quarter-sized area right there in the dead center and blending out that hard line that we left with our brush, right? Takes a little bit of pressure. You'll be all right. Now we're going to go in. We're going to grab a little bit of our red and a little of the yellow ochre just to make it a different, darker color. Okay, we're going to come up here, start to dump this guy in wherever. He can go live wherever he wants, right? Come around here. Cover the edges because you always got to cover the sides. It only takes a second. Don't be lazy. Cover the sides. Helps make your painting look cool. Right now, a lot of times that can get very blended out, so I want to have a little bit deeper, darker tones. Maybe more dark yellow ochre up in this side, more red on that side, just to change it up. Have the little differences in what, guys?
Color.
Color, differences in color, that's it.
Wah, 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 wah.
All right, we're going to take our crimson, maybe a little of the yellow ochre, a little of the bright red, both on the brush at the same time, and just fill up this next little area. Right?
Guys, I want to let you know a couple of housekeeping things. One, we have activated a stars party. We are currently 300 stars on Facebook away from activating a stars party.
You guys are awesome.
If you want to send stars on Facebook, you can also... What do you mean you can't hear?
There's apparently no sound.
Apparently no sound on what platform? There we go.
It's the
I have...
I turn the fan off.
Too much background noise. We try to keep a fan moving in here just because we're painting with oils and turpentine. Otherwise, I'll start to get too high and I just won't even know what we're talking about anymore, right? Just start seeing fairies. It's going to be fantastic. Sounds like a fun idea, actually. Sounds like a good idea. All right, let's dab off our brush. We're going to go into a different brush. Let's use our brand new spanking brush. Jackie got us this brush. It was awesome. You guys can, I have tons of stuff listed in my Amazon wish list of things that we actually use and that we would really appreciate you guys helping us out. That way we can keep bringing you all these free videos, right? So we're going to go dead into the center, that white area, just crisscrossing back and forth. Now we're starting to drag some of that yellow out, drag some of the orange in. Not too much, though. Look at how much it wants to grow. Really wants to grow, so be very light. Right? Crisscross, crisscross, back and forth. Don't come too far into our dark colors and then start to drag them in. Now, all these dark colors want to grow in and kill all of our yellow and our white area right here. And we don't want that to happen. Right? So maybe take some of that crimson, pull it over from the top over here. Why not? Just so it changes everything up. Mix it up, change it up. Now we're going to come out here into our blue. And the reason why I left this white area is so that it doesn't try to grow too far on us. Right? That blue really wants to mix in and start going this kind of grayish color. Starts to make our sky very dark and spooky. There we go. And we don't want it to grow all the way in, so that's why we keep it way over there on the outside. But you do want just a little smidge of that grayness kind of floating through the scene. Maybe way off here in the back. There's a couple little clouds that just live way back there, right? So far away. Fantastic. Fantastic. And that's a good way to bring some dark color into our center area without really having to do too much. All right, let's grab a filbert brush, just like that. Nice little filbert we got out of our Artify set that Mark Anderson bought for us. Fantastic. Just on one side of the brush, though. We don't need to be too crazy with it, right? Especially because this filbert's very long, and if I push it in all the way, the moon will be very big, or the sun. Here we go. We're going to come into the center and just start to rotate the bristles around, and they will form the most perfect circle you've ever seen, as long as you don't move your brush from the dead center. Take it away, and now we have this very bright white sun sitting in the back of our brightest area that we left like that on purpose, so it would be that bright and striking and gorgeous. Fantastic. All right, let's see. We're going to grab an old fan brush. One that looks a lot like this. These are from GAC Doctor, G-A-C-D-R. I don't know how else to say it. But yeah, GAC Doctor. They're my all-time favorite fan brush now. just off the name. Marketing is everything, right? Let's see, we're gonna take a little bit of our white paint right here on the corner, just the one corner of the fan brush. You guys see? Everybody see? Just the one corner. Then we're gonna come across the top of those little light areas, just bouncing in. Maybe we need a little bit more, a little bit thicker. Right, bouncing in a little bit of that white, just as a mess, because we're gonna come back with our 1-inch brush, and we're gonna start to soften it, right? As we soften it, it starts to look more and more and more like a cloud. And the more and more you soften it, the more it will go away, it will disappear and start to change the color of our sky. So, depends on what you want yours to look like, but very softly, we've got this little cloud back here. It's super easy. Super easy little technique. Now, since we're in our brightest area over here, I don't want to go super dark with the color, right? So why don't we go back to that red section. We're gonna grab a little bit of the red, a little bit of the yellow ochre, and we're gonna come down here and just make this far off little floaty cloud, right? You don't even have to hold it like a pencil. I don't know how you guys hold yours, but there's no said way of holding the brush. So some of the times we hold it like this, and we'll come around here. There's a bit of our sun right on the edge where those two colors meet, and it's gonna kind of take our eye away from all of that color changing so fast, you know what I mean? The abrupt change of color right there. Now, again, we're gonna take our 1-inch brush. We're gonna try to work it upwards this time away. I don't wanna blend it down into the sun. I wanna work it up and away like that. So we'll just do it upside down. Just making our little circles upside down. And all of a sudden we have this little cloud kind of floating across the sun that's breaking up all of this color. What's going on behind that little bit of cloud is what your eye is gonna wanna know. What is happening back there? Take a little bit more of our titanium white, just straight up titanium white. And now we're gonna come in and we have to light up the underside of this cloud. So along the edge of that dark color, leaving a little bit, you have to show some areas of that darkness. We're gonna have our white pop in like that, right? Doesn't even have to be a cloud. There is no cloud shape though, right? So mix it up, throw little bits in everywhere. All it's gonna do is just change your cloud just slightly in the color. And the more and more that we mix, again, the more it's gonna disappear. So upside down, just mixing it away towards the away from the sun, right? And we'll come over this side. As we mix and mix and mix, like it almost mixes into this other set of cloud right here. And all it does is break up that little transition of color so it's not so abrupt of a change. Very cool. What do you think, babe?
I think it looks fantastic.
All right, let's see. Now I want to continue on with the clouds, but we need a little bit darker shadow out here. You can't use this lighter color. So let's do the progression that we did with our sky. We'll come into our crimson, grab up the crimson onto the corner of the brush, and out here, maybe that darkness, oh yeah, that dark color is gonna stand out, especially when we mix it up.
Babe, can I drop TikTok down a smidge?
Sure, do whatever you want. There we go. See that change in the color in there? It's more deep, true crimson-y color back there. And look, we can come as far as we want. You can have it come underneath the sun if you want, way off in the distance, right? And then it all depends on how you light it up. But our brush is getting kind of gunky and kind of dirty. So let's wash it off, because that's the fun part of the whole thing. Beating the devil out of it. Look at that. It's like magic. Magic! Okay.
Corey said, don't you dare drop us, London.
Yeah. So we're going to come back in a little bit more white. You guys can see.
It's way better.
And come over here, leaving some of the shadow and then popping out in front of the shadow. And then coming down and finding our shadow again, right? You have to leave that little bit of darkness back there in order for it to look like there's depth. Look, we're going to grab it, go out a little bit, come back in. Out, come back in. Work its way into the sky. Don't want to go too far down into our dark area though. Right? And we kind of lost that white over here because we didn't really have a lot. And if you really want it to be bright, pop in a little bit more white. Different areas, like just bouncing it on the knife, okay? Very sloppily. And then very, very, very lightly come in. No pressure. No pressure on this thing. Barely grabbing it with any amount of bristles that we have on the brush. And they'll become much brighter. Right? You can always go back in, add a little bit of shadowy color under there. A little bit more of our darkness. Just change it just slightly. Right? Pull it straight off. Why not? Why not? You can do whatever you want in your sky. Depending on how you lay everything out is what it's going to look like. Can you imagine that? There we go. Very cool. And all it is for a sky is just a bunch of twisted up vapor, right? That's all a cloud is. Twisted up vapor that's just gone crazy with the wind and ended up in this kind of orientation. Now, everybody loves when we do a nice little contrail or a chemtrail, and whatever you want to call it. We're going to pull out a little bit of white, just straight out, just snake a little bit, right? I'll show you again. Pull it out, scrape across just a little, so you have this little teeny tiny little stripe. And then maybe over here, you got to have the right angle. Just a little guy. Way off in the very tip-top blue of the sky, where the planes like to fly. I don't like being too low. Couple swipes straight across. You do it too many times and you're going to ruin it. Okay, take any little brush marks that we have, get rid of those. Take our 2-inch brush and swipe over the whole sky. It's fantastic. Woo! That is looking cool already. What do you guys think?
Looks amazing.
What happened to that star party? I got lost in the painting. I love painting skies. Oh, love painting a cool sky. So sometimes we get lost in what we're doing. Let's clean some brushes while we have. Did anybody answer our 3 major questions of?
We got cheeseburgers. We got regular sandwiches like ham and cheese.
Okay.
What else did we get?
What did we get? What's your favorite sandwich? We love to know. Mine is like an Italian, spicy Italian with some hot peppers on there, like extra. So I want my eyelids to sweat. And then it really hurts on the other end.
Say excuse me.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm like Rick. I'm like Rick, man. You just gotta let him go. Rick and Morty. All right, let's clean these off. What do the fans have to say? Is anyone liking our sky so far? Would you continue watching a guy if you were like, I really want to paint a dramatic sky? And would you consider this video? Or would you not?
If you were going to consider this video, you can very easily hop over to YouTube, join the membership. This video will be up underneath the membership on YouTube.
In a week's time.
No.
I'm trying to convince Lennon to leave him up a little bit longer, just in case the people that live where it's like 3 a.m. right now, where Mark Anderson is, and
He's a Super Squad member. What does he?
Well, yeah, but there's people that aren't. So just to be nice, but a little bit of white, just pure white over here.
Crystal says Reuben sandwich.
Reuben, just pure white, and look, it's gonna vary. Oh gosh, it wants to go away so fast. You just gotta let it just little teeny tiny bit.
Everybody loves the sky.
Excellent. You guys, I need constant reassurance.
And out of respect for you, I'm not going to tell you how many people are watching.
My crippling self-doubt. How many people are watching?
No, I'm not telling you.
Come on, tell me. Tell me. How many we got? 500?
You have 200 on TikTok.
200, excellent.
30 on YouTube.
Woo, guys.
And you have 61 on Facebook.
Excellent. You guys are fantastic. Thank you for tuning into the show. Tell Netflix about us. Say, hey, this guy needs a show. Man, what we would do with some unlimited budget.
Corey said, I spent 45 minutes drawing a stick figure last week. Came out okay.
It came out all right. All right, now we're going to come in. We need to piece back in our dark mountain that we had back there, right? I like to come down a little bit further than we need to, and that way we can come back and decide what we want our mountain to look like, or remember what it looked like before. I think it was up here, wasn't it? No,
Ollie,
it was here.
Thank you so much for the
Who knows where it was? We're going to find out.
Thank you so much for the roses on TikTok. Everybody on Facebook, thank you so much for
You guys are amazing.
Really, really, really appreciate it. The comments scrolled too quickly. Let's give some shout outs real quick.
Real quick, I'm going to just get the dark on the brush.
Sam Root, thank you for the stars. Nancy Griffith, Elizabeth Freiberg, Fermin Gutierrez.
Just like that.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
You guys are awesome. We very much appreciate it. Those stars go towards helping us get better camera equipment, helping us buy more canvases and more brushes and paint and all the stuff that it takes to make these videos. We appreciate it, all the help we can get. That's why we have the Amazon wish list as well. And if you want to help us by buying some paints or brushes or anything, we've got all the stuff that we use up there. I also have an Amazon affiliate shop where you can literally buy everything that I have and paint just like Josh, right? Now, enough talk about the money and all the stuff. We love you, but people get bored by that, it seems, sometimes. So we need to put our undercolors in before we get too far away. Now, I want to have my waterfall falling right down here, right in the center, coming off to falling down. So whatever color you have underneath. Right now we have no color. It's just that clear paint, right? So if we were to put white in there, man, would it just explode with white paint. And that's not what I want to do. I don't want it to be super bright white. So let's clean up an area where we can get back to our colors here. Just like that. Wipe that off. We could have saved it. We probably should have saved it. I'm going to regret not using that. Okay, let's get a little bit of blue onto the brush. Pulling it straight down. We got to load up all the bristles. Look at this. Ooh, got to load them up so they're just full of paint. Can you guys see that on TikTok, everybody? YouTube, Facebook, can everyone see? Right, wherever we put this blue paint and we go over it with our white paint, it's going to be blue. Imagine that. So let's take our brush. Just imagine where our waterfall is going to come out of. It's going to come off the top here. It'll fall down into some fog, right? So we got to make sure we have a little bit of color underneath for our fog to light up. As it's coming down and hitting the bottom, it's going to be mistful, right? A lot of clouds down here. Be very cool. So we have to lay down our blue. Don't want it to be so super bright. It doesn't have to be as big. I always like going a little bit bigger, obviously, because then you don't have to worry about it.
Hey, babe, I have some new sandwiches for you.
New sandwiches coming in on the list.
Julie's
Number one.
We've got toasted bacon, lettuce, avocado with cheese and mayo.
My goodness, that's a sandwich.
And just a compliment at the
That's
end.
a sandwich.
Your sky always looks amazing.
Thank you so much. I have patented the technique, so if anyone tries to steal my solo cup technique, I will come after you. No, I'm just kidding.
Jackie Kaza says turkey, cranberry, cream cheese, and sprouts.
Now we're gonna, sprouts. I like sprouts every so often. They give you that little crunch.
Yep.
All right, a little bit of phthalo green, same thing, right? Turn the brush over, get close for everybody. Can everybody see? I don't know where all the cameras are, so fill up the lid, fill up the bristles. That doesn't even make sense. Fill up the lid. Okay, we're gonna put that phthalo green in everywhere that there's not phthalo blue. So back in here. Right, down in there, down around the bottom. Just so we have this little bit of difference in color back here. There we go. Don't ruin the mountain shape by doing it too quickly, Josh. There we go. I'm gonna mix up all that phthalo green so it kind of spreads out. That way, some areas will be darker, some areas will be brighter with phthalo green, and we'll get all these changes automatically. Are you ready for the fun part? Who's ready for the fun part? I just hit the little pumpkin with the brush.
So for anyone wondering, this is a wet on wet style. This is the style made famous by Bill Alexander and Bob Ross. This is the sole and only style that Paint with Josh uses. If
Yes.
you are watching on TikTok, obviously it's difficult to.
We tried an acrylic paint pour video. Yeah, that's on my TikTok and on my YouTube.
Yep, you can go
And,
there and
it's-
see the fail miserably.
It's
fantastic.
horrible. I did not. I was like, yeah, you just pour it in the cup and then we punch a hole in the bottom and it spins and drops out gorgeously. That is not what happens at all. Not at all what happens. Okay, now we have our base colors down, our undercolors. We've cleaned our brush. We've got nice clean utensils except for this guy, which was the mountainy color. Right, so I'm just going to add in a little bit more of that dark, just to shape where I think I might want a little bit of darkness in there. And then I swear we're going to get to painting, right? There we go. This one's very much of a sheer cliff. There's not a lot of side. This way is we're going to have a little bit of sidewards pull, but back here is a very sheer cliff. So here we go. Let's get a little bit of our darker colors, because in my mind, he didn't have it in his. And, but in my mind, I'd like to have a couple little trees sitting at the top of my rocks, right?
B-Man
maybe this guy out
1992 says, Bob Ross never asked for money, I'll tell you that. No, you're 100% correct, just everyone robbed him after he passed away.
Yeah, right.
Big Papa said, do you do the Bob Ross brush slap? He does beat
I
the
do.
devil out of it
I beat the devil
routinely.
out of the brush.
If you hear a very loud noise, that is him beating the devil
It's a
out
lot
of
of rattling. There we go. We're going to come in just a couple little background trees, right? Just by tapping the brush on. You want to make sure you have enough paint on there to make your bristles nice and sharp, right? Otherwise, you'll get these kind of fat top trees. They won't be nice and sharp like these ones. So every so often, go back in, pop in a few little sharp bits, come back, get some more paint if you have to, come back in, just little things, right? And we'll cover the sides and complete our forest around the edge. Come in here. There's not going to be too many tall ones. Maybe a couple little babies around this guy. And then they're going to go way off the distance, right? Get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller as we go. Now we're going to take our 2-inch brush, So just like that. And to that guy's comment, Bob Ross was selling his paints. I don't have anything to sell to a giant audience like that off through a PBS. So we have to ask for help and support. So if you don't like it, don't watch. I don't care. I literally don't care. What's that guy's name? What's that guy's name? Actually, don't even tell me because it's not even important enough for me to know his name. That's how much I give a crap about what he thinks. So, bye, sir. See you later. We're going to have fun without you. Here we go. We're going to pop in a little bit of our dark color, just back and forth till you have these cool little trees right here in the front. And then you decide where you want them to live based on, you know what, I think let's put one more little guy. One little friend, because everybody needs a friend. Bob always said that. Bouncing it against the canvas until it creates these cool little branch shapes, right? That's all we really need. Nothing too crazy. And you have to use just the very tip corner of the brush. You don't want to use too much. That's very cool. Okay, now maybe way off in the distance back here, we got a couple. They're very small though. Very far away.
Guys watching on TikTok, if you could do me a huge favor, guys watching on Facebook and YouTube, if you could share this live, text it to your grandma, share it in the messages, send it to at least 10 friends, I'd greatly appreciate that. That would be amazing.
There we go. Look at that very slight pull up on just on the color over here, and it'll look like very, 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 very far away trees, if you can ever get in that close. Now, I want to have a little bit of kind of grassy hills or some sort of something. I can just see it in my brain. So let's get a little bit of our yellow. Both the yellows, very little amount though. Don't need a whole lot. All right, come down here. Maybe snag a little bit of that green over here. Just so we can have some differences.
Jeanette Sullivan says, can you use something other than liquid white that works the same?
So there's a thing called linseed oil, and that is just like this liquid clear stuff. I hear you want to use, I try to use a very small amount of the liquid clear, but I hear you want to use even less of an amount of the linseed oil just for how slippery it gets, I guess. I've never used it, so I can't comment on what it's like because I haven't used it myself, but I've heard of people using it. So come in with our fan brush. We grabbed a little bit of white over here just to brighten it up, just a smidge. Grab a little bit of red every so often. Just one little swipe of green in there. And we get all these little different little colors, and you can start to pop them in different little places, right? It's so far away. No one's really gonna see a whole huge amount of it. Maybe we got a far off little meadow that lives way back there, right? Just by popping it in very lightly, coming with our 2-inch brush and just lifting up like the smallest little bit you can get. Go off to the side, follow your angles, right? Down to the side, down and up. This is exactly how we painted it. You don't have to connect every little piece. You want to have areas where there are shadows or dark areas that you can't see what's happening. And then maybe the light came down and hit up this side a little bit more. Right? But leave little different things. Maybe a drop down there that nobody saw coming, right? There's a little shelf there that you just can't see. Very light little lifts. You get these cool little grassy effects back there. Very slightly, back and forth. Go over, and now we're gonna have our waterfall come in here soon. Everybody's waiting for the waterfall. Should we save it for the end? We should just do everything else except paint the waterfall. You're like, oh, it's a dry year. There was no water this year, so the waterfall was not a fall. All right, I want to leave a lot of that in shadow. We're gonna throw some rocks in here, but before we do, we need to get where our water is gonna be. So I want to grab the biggest fan brush I have, just so I have a lot of bristles to play with. Right? I don't have to use them all, but I want them to be there. Kind of like a condom. I'd rather have it and need it and have it than need it and not have it. What's the saying?
You'd rather have it and
not need it, right.
And not it and have it.
Right, or yeah, whatever. Okay, we're gonna come from back here again. Kind of pick a spot where you think these two trees line up, right? Maybe like a little smiley face in here.
You're gonna get a waterfall. It's not even optional today.
Yeah. So we're gonna come. We have to show our water moving to the side. So we're gonna go straight to the side and then down, right? Not a whole lot of pressure. It's almost as light amount of pressure as you can give it, but still get some paint on the canvas. Ready? Here we go. I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna go straight over. We're gonna watch it start to light up with all that blue. Look at that. fantastic. Anything we don't like, we can cover with a rock or whatever. And anything that we want to add, right? Say it's not bright enough. There wasn't enough paint on the brush. You want it to be a little bit whiter. Let's go back and get some more white. And then we'll just do the same thing over. Ooh, look at that. That is cool. That's all that broken texture that came because it was thick on the knife, thick on the brush like that. Very cool. Gotta have it make sense though. Don't get too wide. Don't get too crazy like old Uncle Josh. I pretend like it's moving in my brain. I'm like, ooh, like, oh man, that was it right there.
If you guys are
That's it
interested
right
in
there.
purchasing any of Josh's artwork, it is available on Etsy. You can
That
go over
is.
to paintwithjosh.etsy.com and it'll all be in there for you to peruse. T-shirts, home decor items,
Very cool.
posters, prints, anything of the sort.
Anything of that nature. Let's make up a little bit of our dark shadowy rock color, which is already here, our black and crimson and blue. All right, just gonna mix that up just one more time. It should look completely black, at least it does to me. It's very dark. Then we're gonna come underneath, decide where we wanted our rocks to live, and then maybe they came down, just straight down over here. And as we go to light them up, you wanna have this dark color underneath it, and of course you have to come over, you have to block where your water is first coming out of, so we can't see it. And now you're gonna have to extend into your waterfall at some point. You can't just, even though it's so gorgeous and it looks so perfect, you have to push it behind something. So you come back here, and that's gonna give you all your depth. If you don't have it back there, right? This side, we're gonna see every piece of the water. So we're not gonna try to mess with the rock too bad over here. But this side, we're only gonna see the front half of this rock, and it's gotta be out in front of our waterfall. So let's come down here. Maybe we'll turn the knife this way. Maybe shanking, just like that. A cool little thing, a little ledge. Come back out, and the rest of it will fall down. See? All you did is extend your rock down a little bit, pushing the waterfall behind the rocks, giving your painting depth. Look at that, very cool. And I like to hide a lot. I like to give it a lot of depth.
This is
Look at
oil
that.
painting. That is the only thing that Josh
Woo!
paints in. If you're interested in more in-depth tutorials, he
Yes.
does have a YouTube channel.
We do.
Paint with Josh over on YouTube. If you head over there, you can join the membership and get very, very, very in-depth, detailed videos.
Yeah, we just put out a video. We put out videos on Wednesday. We do 2 shows a week, 2 live shows a weekend. Then we do videos on Wednesday, like London's talking about, where it's just me up here, and every time that I touch the canvas, the camera zooms in. It's very much like Bob Ross's old show. That's how I film my show. Sorry for liking Bob, but he had it perfect. There's no other reason to film a painting show any different than how he filmed it. It was amazing. It's awesome. Okay, you guys are like, this is trash. I know. Just give me a chance. We'll get down there. I like to work my way down the bottom, but I'm giving you an idea of what it sort of looks like. Then we're going to come in with another little thing, push that stuff back too. Fire! Fire! Don't forget about our trees. We got all sorts of stuff. We can add more trees. We can do all sorts. So let's get a little bit of our brown. We'll start to shape our rocks.
Corey said...
Yellow ochre.
Bob Ross
Mix 'em
didn't go woohoo, just saying.
He said, woo! That's what Bob used to do. It was just off camera.
Chill.
I wonder if Bob was like a big swearer off camera, like Casey Kasem or Alex Trebek. When he would make a blooper, God, he would drop the F word like crazy. And you're like, it's Alex Trebek. Like, I wouldn't expect him to do that. I don't know. Okay, we've got our little brown, yellow, red mixture down in here. It's kind of sandstone-ish. Josh's favorite rock color. Right? Now, I want to add just little things. I don't want to do too much. All right, we're going to jiggle the knife. Bounce it around. Leaving half that dark and then lighting up half with our highlights, right? And we come down in here. Very jagged little rock. Down into our foam. You guys see that? Can anyone see? I can see it. Okay, we're going to come over here out on the edge just to help push our little piece of greenery back further, right? Leaving dark areas on. If you covered up too much of your dark, go back in, a little crimson, a little black, and just chuck in a few little shadowy spots, right? Now you got to come back in because you put too much shadow. It happens. Just don't cover all your shadow again, and now you've got more of a depth-filled piece of rock in there. Come back again, grab a little bit of crimson, a little bit of black. You can mix them beforehand. You can do it like old Uncle Paint with Josh, right? Just mixing them up. And that's all you really got to do. Add a little bit of darkness, add a little bit of light. Add some darkness, add a little bit of light. It's literally it. We're not going to see the entire piece of rock. It's not always going to be there. Let's just little things. Letting the knife grab. Look, just as I move, it's grabbing the paint. It's doing it for me. Can you guys see that? I mean, come on. Let's go, guys. It does it for us. All you got to do is have the jiggle. And I'm showing you the jiggle. So you guys will be like, I got the jiggle now. I can go do it. I don't like it when the canvas starts to jiggle. There we go. Leave those dark areas, though. Look at that. Look at that. Like, I'm as amazed as you are. When I paint these and I stand back and I go, holy cow, did I just do that? Like, how? How did I do that? I'm just a guy who's never been to art school, who doesn't know art theory, who just knows what looks good to my eye and how to teach you how to do it, right? I heard one time that art is a game, it's a play. It's a play of light and dark. And so if you have a light area, you must also have a dark area. Light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, and so on and so forth until you have a completed painting. And it seemed to be working out pretty well for me so far, right? Don't have to do it all, just leave it. It's a nice jaggedy looking mountain. Does that look cool, babe?
Yeah, it looks super cool.
Sweet. It's a cool jaggedy little mountain. That's all you really need. We can put some more trees on the top. We can do all sorts of stuff. All right, let's grab a different fan brush. We're gonna grab a little bit of our liquid white that we initially cover the top of the canvas with to make it nice and slick and wet. And we're gonna come over here and find our green section, which I purposely put next to yellow for a reason, just to mix them both up. I don't want it to be so all the same, you know what I mean? A little bit more liquid white. Don't need a whole lot to make it stick. And the more liquid white you put, the more brighter your tree colors are going to be. If you wanted to maintain very dark trees, then use liquid clear or some of your mineral spirits in order to not have the color be so bright. Now look here, I only want to do about half, if not even half, 1/3 of the tree. Just popping a little touch of green onto the left side of things because it's very far away. We're not really going to see the entire little bit of detail or anything like that. So you don't have to worry. That was my biggest problem when I first started painting, was trying to make, trying to paint all the rock and then trying to come back and fill it with foam with all that thick paint on top. Oh my hell, what happened? This is not, can we hang it on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and trying to do too much at too far away a distance is it's gonna play with your eyeballs. Your eyeballs don't like to be played with. There's other things that you can play with besides your eyeballs.
Babe.
Yes. What?
That's
fine.
Don't be gross.
Don't be gross. Not too much though. You put on too much in there and it's not gonna look good. You're gonna overdo it. If you have more, you should have more dark than actual highlight. That's what it should. That's a tree to me. You should be more shadowy, especially at sunset. You got all this thick foliage. That's why it's only lighting up the stuff on the left, because there's so many branches that are on the left side of the tree that the light cannot penetrate back to the right-hand side, right? So you get a little pop of color in there, but you don't need a whole lot. That's really it.
You guys are amazing. Just to quickly remind you, please tap that screen, like, comment.
Hang on.
What, are you gonna paint with your mouth? This is new.
Oh, it really hurts my teeth. I don't advise doing that. That hurts my teeth. Why is there green on here? We don't want green on here.
We are also looking at buying new camera equipment, new iPads,
tripods,
those kind of things. So if you can gift, if you can, please do not feel like you need to.
Definitely don't need to. Grab our 1-inch brush that's now nice and clean. We're gonna come in here. We're gonna grab some of that darkness, right? It's not everything we're not gonna see it all. If I've taught you anything, you're never gonna see every piece of everything, right? So we're not gonna see all this rock back behind all this mist. You're not gonna see all of what happens down around the bottom of the waterfall. There's too much water coming down right here for you to be able to see past all this thick mist. All right, the more we go out, the lighter it gets. Maybe skip a little bit. Come down here. Leave that darkness in there. If it's too bright, the heck? If it's too bright, it doesn't look right. Maybe let's come down here. Grab some of this dark color just by mixing our brush up like this. It's got some darkness on it now. Let's go back and pop in just a couple little bits just to change it, just a little, right? Maybe there's only a little bit of light on there.
You can follow Josh on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram. His website is paintwithjosh.com, and you can purchase all of his artwork through paintwithjosh.etsy.com. His website is link in bio, so you can pull up his TikTok account. His website's right there. But it is paintwithjosh.com. Try and make it easy for everybody.
True. Paintwithjosh.etsy.com is my most established store. Our Etsy store is where the most sales are, where all the deals are, where everything is the Etsy store. So we try to get you to go there because that's where we've got almost 500 online sales by now. And you know, it's my baby. It's the one I pay attention to the most.
Trying to make it to 1,000 before Christmas.
That'd be something.
That
would be something. Look at that. Look at all those little extra details just from popping in those little bits of white at different places. Look how we came out with the brown, but we left that dark shadow under there. It just gives it depth. Can you guys feel it? Can you feel the depth?
Can you feel it?
Can you feel the depth tonight?
Hey, that sounds
tonight. Oh, that does sound weird, huh? Hey, babe, can you feel the depth?
Babe,
tonight?
stop.
Sorry. I was just trying to feel the depth. There we go.
Babe.
All right, now, if you're brave, like old Papa Uncle Josh, or I am actually an uncle now, old Uncle Paint with Josh, you can come in with your dry 2-inch brush. You have to go the same exact angles that you did before. So be careful and be very, very gentle. So gentle, like you're barely even touching it. Sometimes I'm not even touching it. All it does is just blur the image so softly. And if you have too much pressure, it's going to ruin it for you. It really will. So be very careful. You don't have to do this, but if you want it to look just like a Paint with Josh, you got to soften it just a little bit. I don't like it to be so super textured. It's got to be a little soft. It gives it a more of a weathered look, like it's been there longer. The wind and rain and this water just cut it away. Very cool.
Guys, if you do like the painting, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on TikTok, please gift, share, like, comment.
Please talk to us.
Subscribe to YouTube. I'm sitting here reading all the comments. If you don't write anything, it gets really boring.
Yeah, London doesn't have, you know, I try to get her up here to paint, but she doesn't want to. So if you guys don't talk to her in the comments, then she's just up here for nothing and she'll leave us and then I won't even know what's going on.
I will. I have to go downstairs.
Don't leave, hun. The people will talk to you, I promise.
They're not talking to me now.
I swear.
They're not talking to me
Yeah,
now.
we're sounding too much like paintings by Crybaby.
Tanya says, hey, y'all.
Yo.
Sherry Latterman says, looking great. Love the sky. Waterfalls are my favorite.
Thank you. So if this is one of your favorites, you might want to think about joining the Super Squad, which is my YouTube membership, because as soon as this video is over, it's going to go behind a paywall, and you have to be a YouTube member in order to watch the live show again. That's why we encourage everybody to get here, to watch it with us live, to see the creation, and then, you know, in a few days, actually not with this one, that's on the Wednesday video. A few days later, we post the actual painting, just to show you, give you an up-close view. Man, this one's fire. Look, all we gotta do is come in here with another little piece of, like, we could do a rock or another grassy hill or something, or we could do nothing. It literally looks fantastic the way it is. So, yeah, think about joining the YouTube Super Squad. It's $7.99 a month, which is just 26 cents a day. You could feed a starving artist like me, okay? And it'll give you access to all these cool live shows, the live tutorials, all of my professional class videos are all in the Super Squad membership. So go to youtube.com/paintwithjosh/join. And that will get you to join my YouTube Super Squad and become a Super Squad lieutenant. I was going to name it the Super Soldiers, but it was at a time when, like, you know, everything in politics was going crazy, and I was like, I don't know, maybe YouTube will think I'm trying to amass an army, and that's not what I want. A painting army, yes. All right, let's come in here with that dark color and just slide it off down around the bottom. Cut off that little bit, pushes even our little mist back.
Thank you so much for sending the wishing bottles. Really
Hey,
appreciate that
thank
on
you.
TikTok.
All right, there. Fill it all in with the dark color, and now we have another little piece of rock coming from over here. Shoot, we can even make it go straight up
This
like
is, for
that.
anyone that's new, this is oil painting, wet on wet technique made famous by Bill Alexander, Bob Ross. Josh is a self-taught oil paint artist.
Self-taught. Can you imagine self-taught?
I was gonna say oil paintist.
Or an oil paintist.
An oil paintist.
He's a self-taught oil pianist. And there we go. Yeah, self-taught. So if you want to learn to paint like me, it's very simple. I try to teach you the most easiest way to do every single thing.
Steve, I am
Especially in the YouTube Super Squad videos. So get over there and join.
Steve, I am fantastic. Thank you so much for asking.
Is that Steve Jankowski?
I'm not sure.
Does it look like he's wearing like a safari hat in his profile picture?
No, this is on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Well, it could be Steve Jankowski over on YouTube. I don't know where he
Oh,
watches.
yes, it is.
Steve Jankowski. See, if you interact with us enough, we get to know your name and we start giving you shout outs. Like Steve, he runs a group called Supporting Steve Ross. It's funny, his name is Steve, and he also runs a group called Supporting Steve Ross, which I thought was kind of funny. I don't know, maybe it's just me. We almost forgot to add a little bit of that rock underneath our trees. What are they going to sit on up there if there's no rocks to sit?
Bobby Code's in the house.
There we go. Very lightly going over it, just till we like how it looks. It doesn't all have to be the same color, right? Maybe the light's hitting it a little bit different right there.
McGee Skinner's here to share the love. Thank you so much, McGee. We are live on TikTok as well, whatever platform that you're comfortable being on.
Yeah, we are everywhere.
We love
We're
that.
here. We're there. We're Paint with Josh. We're everywhere. Just come on, y'all. And paint it harder like you just don't care. Let's do it. A paint a rock, y'all. You don't stop, y'all.
Ah,
We go
Julie.
hotel, motel. What you gonna do today? Say what?
Julie, thank you so much for the gift. Really, really, really appreciate it.
Right.
If we can get sharing that live again, we did get up to 600 at one point. If we can get that number back up there, that would be awesome.
Wait, 600 people were watching?
Yes.
And you didn't tell me?
No, I told
Thank
you.
you, because that would have freaked me out. No. Come on, if Netflix hears that 600 people freak me out, come on. I'll paint in front of 2 billion people with all the crap talkers talking all. Why am I doing this? I don't want to go down all the way this far with all that
I
thick
don't know,
stuff.
but don't use that kind of language.
Oh, sorry. I
It's
can't
a
say crap.
family-friendly show. No, you can't say it.
Oh, all those poo heads.
Poo
All right,
heads.
there we go.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a little bit more brown. We're going to mix it up with our darker color brown this time, though, because now we're further away from the sun. We're down here in the corner. Let's get a little bit of our yellow oak with our 2 brown colors. I'm going to mix those up. Not completely, though. I don't want them to be all the same color. You got to have all these little marbled areas. Look at all this. All the marbleization through all of that paint, right? Now we're going to grab up a little bit, come over here, and just decide where we want to let shine. Remember, you can have yours be as jagged looking as you want. If you want it really jaggedy, leave a lot of dark areas. You don't have to cover everything. That was my biggest flaw as an early painter. I was like, I gotta cover this whole thing in brown because it starts looking so cool. And you're like, ooh, that's neat, and more will look even neater, right? And it doesn't. It does not look neater. I'm telling you. And then you get to a point where you've ruined it, and you're so mad at yourself that you could have just stopped way back then. And it becomes a learning experience, right? Failure is the best teacher in my eyes. Look at that jaggedy looking rock right there. Fantastic.
Guys, I want to let you know we are 201 followers away from 6,000
Hey.
on TikTok. If you could press that follow button, that would be amazing.
A little bit of green, yellow, all on the same brush. Maybe we'll come in here, start popping up little bits of grass, start living up inside of our little thingy over here. Why not? I think it looks cool. Couple swipes up. Again, just softening the paint a little bit, giving it these cool little grassy swipes. Don't have to see every single thing, remember. Take our little brush, come down very softly, very gently. There we go. There was a little bit too much pressure on that one, which happens every so often. Come back in. There we go. Gives you a couple more little places you can hide cool little details and stuff. I can't see what the painting looks like.
It looks fantastic, sir.
All right, let's come back. We're going to come back in here. I don't like this grass down at the bottom now that I see it on my palette. I just don't like it. So we're going to cover it with all of our thick dark paint, our crimson, blue, black mixture. All right, get it in there.
No,
Really fill it in.
I wish we were on Netflix.
Corey, I really do. Fortunately, we are not a.
I would unalive if I was on Netflix.
You would not do anything of the sort.
I would just be unalived. There we go. A little bit dark down around the bottom. Maybe it allows a couple little bits of moss, we'll call them, showing through there. Grab up a little bit more of our light kind of brown highlight paint. Throw that over different little places. Jag it up, you know what I mean?
But if you guys,
Jiggle it.
if you guys love the live, please share the love, whether that be subscribing, which is free to do on YouTube.
Just like that.
Follow the host on TikTok, which again is free to do. You can also head over, favorite some of your favorite art pieces on Etsy. Visit
Very
the
cool.
website, leave a comment on Facebook. Josh is all over the place.
I
Share the
will
live.
get back to you, I swear. I
He
swear.
sure does. Now he has all this time to respond to comments. He sure does.
Right? Yeah, London took over posting for me on the Facebook page and LinkedIn and all these places. I could not handle it anymore. So she took over the social media posts, and I post like once a week on there. I sneak a picture in when London's not looking, right?
Mm-hmm.
She gets very mad at me, but I go to bat for you guys, okay? You guys got to see the full image at least once,
Nope.
even if it's a couple weeks later.
Nope.
So I take the yells, and I get yelled at for you guys, but I will put this picture in one of the groups or on my YouTube or my LinkedIn or someplace. It will be no watermark, no nothing, so you can see it in all of its glory, right? We will put it out there, so you just have to follow us on every single place to find that one place where Josh snuck it in that week, right?
If you are interested in helping us get on Netflix or get Josh on Netflix, because I will not be sitting reading the comments.
Oh, you
It is
will
a
be.
Netflix show.
You will be in a bikini
No,
on the
I'm
show.
Not a chance. If you are interested, you can go to netflix.com and then in the recommend a show, which is under the contact us tab.
Yes, go to
you
contact us, recommend a show. Keep going, honey.
You can recommend Paint with Josh, and at some point they will get so many entries
Right.
that they'll be like, all right,
Yeah.
who is Paint with Josh?
Right. If you guys can flood them with enough Paint with Josh requests, then they're gonna have to be like, okay, let's give this guy a shot, right? And we will blow Bob Ross's numbers out of the water. The show will be so amazing that nobody will even tune over to watch Bob. First of all, because they've seen all the Bob episodes,
That's not the
right?
point.
And there's a brand new player in town. My goodness, we gotta watch this guy. If I was you, I would watch me. I'm just saying.
Just 36-inch by 48-inch canvases every day.
Oh yeah, no, bigger than that. Yeah, just as big as we can possibly get. Let's put the we'll do murals like Da Vinci and Michelangelo, right? Just I'll paint the entire Netflix building on the inside. We'll do it all on film. It'll
That
be
would be
fantastic.
If you guys are interested in picking up that brush, remember, in order to paint, you've got to pick up that brush to start. Head over
Jump
to YouTube,
in.
press subscribe, press that join button. Same cost as a fancy coffee once a month.
Seriously, it's 26 cents a day, $7.99 a month. You pay YouTube, YouTube pays me, and then you get to access all these cool shows that are only available while they're live, and then they go away. Look at this. This is terrible. Now look, we just turned the initials into some more foam. It's like these brushes. Here we
Corey
go.
says maybe if he would sing, we would get him on.
Yeah, right. Well, painting life is kind of laid back. Ain't much an old painting boy like me can't hack. It's early to rise, early in the sack. Thank God I'm a painting boy. Don't tempt me. I have videos singing, okay? I got videos, and I have more coming. I'm going to be doing Painter's Delight, which is Rapper's Delight. The hip hop. We're painting to the bit of a hip. That's gonna be fantastic. I already got all the words down. I just gotta sing. I'm probably gonna sing it this weekend and get it on film.
If you are interested in looking at any of Josh's shorts or his painting videos, you can head over to YouTube as well. They are available for your
All right, let's get
viewing
zoomed.
pleasure.
Are we zoomed all the way in? Should we zoom out now that we're
That's
about
totally
done?
up to you, babe.
We're gonna put in a few more details, but yeah, we should zoom out just enough. There we go. That turned into a fantastic little painting. I hope Bobby is happy with what we did with his scene. And turned it into a good old Paint with Josh scene. Yeah, so London's correct. If you want to buy this painting or any of the paintings that you see over here, you can go to paintwithjosh.etsy.com and purchase any one of those paintings. You can check out, you can find everything on my website. You can find our link tree in the comments of this video. Everywhere. There's tons of places where you can find how you get to Paint with Josh, right? We could even put a giant rock in right here. Oh my. What if we connected these pieces? I'm just seeing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. The show's not over. I said we'd go till about 8:30ish, so let's do it. Let's put in a little bit more. We're gonna have to zoom back in. Dang it! See, we get going, then I see something, and now everyone's left, and they're like, "Oh, woo, that's close." TikTok. Oh, babe, what did I do now? There we go. No, we're good. I got it. There we go. We're gonna be working right in this area anyway.
Because nobody likes when the camera starts.
I know. No one likes it when the camera starts to wiggle. There we go. All right. Sorry, guys. We're going to zoom back in. We're not done yet. My mistake. I tried to get done. We're going to work down in this bottom right-hand corner down here. So look at those rocks and look at the definition of this, right? You got here and then into that darkness and then, so you got light, dark, light. See what I was saying before? Play of light and dark, and now it looks like these are overhanging maybe a cave that's back in there. Very cool. And it's all because, you know, you step back and see something neat. Now let's grab that same mixture. We got our black, blue, crimson, all on the brush. And we're gonna start to come back and feel, ooh, maybe there's a bit there where it came in and popped out here. It came down over here. And all of a sudden now, maybe we're standing. Maybe we've walked out onto the ledge of this piece and we're standing looking down over at this waterfall. It's fantastic. I think we're gonna have to get rid of the old signature again. You'll be back, don't worry. I'd like it to be nice and dark down there. I don't want to leave it. There we go. Now all we gotta do is finish filling in and doing our highlights on this piece. And now, man, what I wouldn't give to go down there and see what's happening. Just down below the edge. Oh, I want to look over the side here. What is going on? Right? Do you guys want to look over the edge? Because I sure do.
For sure.
Like, what is over here? I gotta see it. And then you walk out on the edge and you fall. That's karma, right?
Just dive into a beautiful deep blue pool that's cool and not too cold. And
there we go. Nice bit of brown. All these differences: light, dark, tan, really dark, almost white. Really neat. Now we're going to come in here and just imagine our sun. Where is it going to kiss this rock?
remember, guys, if you do like the live, please tap the screen, share, comment, send it to 10 friends. Really, really, really appreciate you doing that for us. We would
really
love to
helps.
reach the whole universe, but we can't do that without your help. So please go ahead and take care of that. Lynette Randall says, much better.
Yeah, right? Looks cool like that. But again, even as we come down here, we're leaving bits of darkness. You have to leave the dark area. We didn't put it out there so we could cover it all. That's not it. And don't let some of these little bits of light even connect, right? There's little areas that are going to be brighter or darker, depending on where we are, right? They become much flatter down here, to me anyway. So my strokes are much more on the side, almost like we're making waves, right? That's the little shoreline that comes into our wave. That's what it looks like to me anyway. Maybe this guy was up here. Anywhere that it becomes real bright, you can always go back over it a couple times, just change it up. Change up our angles. Don't even mess. Look at all the darkness back in there. Don't lose that.
The pumpkin's just rolling around.
Yeah, he's chilling. There we go. Bam, look at that. Oh my. See? 10 times better. That just made the painting right there. And all this darkness, guess what's going to happen? Your eye is going to go, I know what's going on down there. I know there's all sorts of jumbly rocks and all sorts of stuff. You don't have to paint it. That's the best part about these things.
Ritz Cracker, that is a chemtrail or a contrail, depending on which side of the tinfoil hat you live on.
Could be whatever you want. Very lightly, just a couple hairs.
Could
oh
be a
my.
star.
Could be. Could just be a bit of cloud. Oh, so soft. Oh God, too much pressure and it's gonna ruin it. Look at that.
Laurie, the painting itself, the tutorial, will be featured in the members only portion of YouTube and Facebook, available to subscribers for both platforms. And you are free to watch it as many times as you like for the price of a fancy coffee per month. You can also just sign up for 1 month's membership as well.
Aren't we doing, isn't it like half off right now? Didn't I see that on YouTube?
I don't know.
I think I didn't do it. I thought you did it, but I think right now YouTube, it was like $3.99 for the membership.
What?
I'm pretty sure they're like running a deal or something, but it said it was like $3.99. So go over you cannot beat 26 cents a day to get professional class videos like this. And not, you know, like this is a live show where we're having fun and stuff and interacting and stuff. The real professional videos, they're all shot in 1080p HD. They zoom in back and forth. It's like me and you are hanging out in your room or kitchen or dining room or shed, wherever you're painting. That's what I want it to feel like. Me and you are just right there. I'm right beside you and I'm showing you step by step exactly how to do what I'm doing, right? So the classes, I mean, people that are in the live right now that are watching, who are joined in the Super Squad, I mean, their comments should attest to just how fantastic all these videos are. And, you know, you just have fun while watching them and learning something cool. You're not watching some boring guy or some goober or some dude who cries all the time. You're watching a cool guy who loves to have fun and make you laugh, right? And teach you all sorts of cool stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, shoot, right on an hour. And we messed around a bit. We could have knocked this one out sooner, but I like it. Very cool.
I'm going to zoom out.
Very cool, yeah.
We got the birds in. You want to tell the people about the birds?
Oh yeah, so if you don't know, if this is one of the first times you're watching a Paint with Josh video, or if you've never seen any of my paintings before, every single one, except for like 4 or 5 in existence, have these birds in them. And it's only because I was a little too lifted to remember to put them in when I painted the paintings. But these birds represent myself, my wife, and my daughter, and they're literally the only way we get to travel. We never travel as a family. Even for Thanksgiving coming up, our daughter and I are going to travel, and London's going to stay here with the dog. So our paintings are literally the only way that we get around and get to go places together. So that's why I try to make them so beautiful. Just to remember, because it's the only way we get to spend time together.
If you are interested in purchasing any of Josh's artwork, you can head over to paintwithjosh.etsy.com and look at
fire.
the amount of paintings that he has, plus the portraits, the canvas prints, t-shirts, leggings, you name it, it's up there.
We got leggings, we have pillows. We can actually show one of the pillows. We got one of the pillows up here.
That is very true, we do, right here.
Pillow that looks like Josh's shirt. All right. Oh, I could have just spun it around this way. The Paint with Josh couch pillow, 18 by 18 inches, fantastically soft, like nylon, polyester, whatever. I think it's made of polyester. It's filled with polyester. It's fantastic, and it's like beyond HD quality, that design. It is so crisp and clear. I never thought it would come out that clear on a piece of fabric, which is very cool.
So if you're not sure what you're doing on Sunday, you can meet us right back here, 10 a.m. Sunday morning. We'll be going live again on all 2 platforms, YouTube.
Not on Facebook, and we're going on Twitch again.
We are?
Yeah, Twitch,
Okay,
TikTok, and YouTube on Sundays.
Perfect, and let's do that. We will be live on Twitch, we will be live on TikTok, and we will be live on YouTube.
Come let the people see your face so they know who we is.
No one needs to see my face.
Yes, we
Anyone on
love
TikTok
you.
knows who I am. I'm London is hilarious.
The bearer of bad news
That
is
is
who
me.
you are.
If you're watching
to be the bearer of bad
if you're watching on any other platform, you're more than welcome to head over to my TikTok.
Check London out. She's got really funny videos, yes.
And outside of that, we will see you guys at 10 a.m. on Sunday back here. Be square or be here.
Right. I will be painting the Wednesday video that goes out on Wednesdays. I'll be painting that tomorrow, so don't bother me. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'll be painting that one tomorrow, and then we'll be back here Sunday morning, like London said, doing a seascape painting versus a landscape painting, and it's going to be fantastically fun. So, until we see you guys again next time, remember to join the Super Squad so you can access all of these cool videos. $7.99 a month, youtube.com/paintwithjosh/join. That'll allow you to join the Super Squad. And like I said, until we see you guys again next time, it's hot up here. I'm sweaty. We'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye. Get out of here, babe. Woo! It is hot.